camera.
Go ahead.
It can be used to treat chemotherapy-induced nausea and vomiting in cancer patients. Cancer patients and those with AIDS can use it to assist with their loss of appetite. It can bring relief to sufferers of the painful, debilitating disease, multiple sclerosis. There are tough arguments in favor of the fact that it helps glaucoma patients. Its legalization would stimulate the need for valuable agricultural crops in the United States. If legalized, it could be taxed to support beneficial government programs. It is marijuana. Good afternoon. My name is Angela Dennis, and I believe that government should legalize marijuana. There are various reasons as to why we as citizens should consider the support of this priceless resource. I would like to begin with the most vital need for marijuana, which are its medicinal and therapeutic properties. Marijuana, also referred to as cannabis, has a forcible medical value with rather low side effects. According to the website cancer.gov, cannabis has been confirmed to be a successful agent at battling the nausea and vomiting that are common in cancer patients undergoing chemotherapy. Cancer patients and those with AIDS also sometimes suffer from anorexia or a loss of appetite. THC, one of the main chemical constituents of marijuana, has been proven successful at assisting anorexia by increasing the appetite of the patients. Multiple sclerosis is a nasty disease that slowly damages the brain and nerve cells. The pain experienced by those with MS is said to be horrific. Studies conducted thus far have showed that marijuana is a more successful form of pain control for those with MS than regularly prescribed pain medications. In adding, a recent study conducted by the Department of Ophthalmology at the Medical College of Georgia developed results which showed that the elevated intraocular pressure, which damages the optic nerve, was reduced in 60 to 65% of glaucoma patients that smoked marijuana. Of the outcomes from medicinal marijuana trials so far, there are far more benefits than there are risks. Aside from its medicinal wonders, marijuana could be taxed to support government programs. Let's look at how the legalization of marijuana can aid in the nation's economic recovery. According to the prominent New York-based magazine High Times, prohibition has failed to control the use and production of marijuana. The government has tried to regulate cannabis for over 75 years, yet 25 million people use marijuana annually. Marijuana guidelines are pricey for our justice system. If officially permitted, it could be taxed to help sustain these government programs. Furthermore, since marijuana is illegal in much of the United States, the profits are funding international drug cartels rather than aiding in the recovery of our own economic development of our nation. Because marijuana is basically no more harmful than alcohol, it makes absolutely no sense for the government to continue to expend so many resources on the expensive battle against black market marijuana production and sales. If legalized, amplified sales would bring in much needed revenue for the government. I am not saying that marijuana is not harmful to the public. As with any foreign substance, even alcohol, marijuana can certainly be dangerous in certain circumstances and quantities. However, if legalized, governments could try to control marijuana usage by adapting the taxes, much like they are trying to do with tobacco. It is time that we as voters comprehend that this drug is widely available, but no one is paying taxes on it to help support our financial system. Prohibition does not support our country at all. Not only would the taxation aid the nation, but the hemp plant itself could help our agricultural homelands to prosper. Lastly, we should reflect on why the hemp plant is a valuable natural resource. The confirmation of marijuana would permit the United States to sufficiently take advantage of hemp's agricultural and industrial uses. Hemp is eco-friendly and renewable. Hemp fiber is a valuable source for clothing. In fact, Levi jeans were originally made from hemp fiber. Hemp oil is especially precious because not only can it be used in cooking, but it is also an alternative biofuel source that can reduce carbon emissions. Hemp could help our agricultural communities because it is a proficient, economical crop for farmers to cultivate. It is time that the United States examine and understand the multi-billion-dollar hemp industry. Marijuana is not a lethal drug. In fact, in many cases, it is even considered less risky than alcohol and tobacco. It is not lethal to humans. Therefore, marijuana should not be measured to be more hazardous than tobacco and alcohol. When taken into consideration the legalization of cannabis, there are several fiscal and societal issues to question. Yet science has repeatedly proven that there are far more positives than negatives in smoking marijuana. It is time that we as voters understand that marijuana prohibition is simply not effective. We should act by supporting further marijuana medicinal research and rally in favor of legalizing this miraculous natural resource so that our country may thrive from its healing powers, prosperous market value, and valuable cultivation. Thank you.